Hey, how's it going everyone? Today I want to make a huge announcement. I made a frankenswitch. Making big moves in life, I know. Just like I'm making a big move in my life by segueing to this very not for sponsor, PCBWay, where you can literally make a custom switch if you wanted to. And so don't blame me if that doesn't work. At PCBWay, you can basically make anything you want, from a custom one-off keyboard to just PCBs in general. The possibilities are basically endless, just like this hobby of ours. They're also having an end of the year sale going on, so now's the best time to check them out. If you're interested, PCBWay will be the first link in the description. And with that, let's continue with the video. So I made a frankenswitch. If you don't know what frankenswitch is, it's basically just when two switches love each other so much, they make a baby at the expense of their life. But if you don't get a good match, then the baby switch just might end up pretty cursed, to say the least. Okay, it's essentially just fusion. And despite that, I decided to make a frankenswitch out of two switches I really don't like very much. Those two switches are the Gateron Black Ink V2s and the Tecsee Carrots, which might surprise you. I have a full video on why I'm not the biggest fan of inks, but I'll just give a quick word about the Carrots here since I won't be making a full review on them. Basically, the housings are kinda scuffed, even the way it looks. Whatever material it's made out of just doesn't seem to be working here, and it almost makes it feel like a scratchy, long pull, light tactile with a tiny excuse of the bump at the bottom of the keystroke. Am I going crazy? I must have gone a bad batch because I've only heard good things about these. But hey, it is what it is, and I guess I just gotta deal with it, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. Yoinking the good part of the carrots, the stem, and putting them into the good part of inks, the housing. This results in a decently smooth long pull linear with a very thocky sound profile, whatever that means. Alright, here's a sound test comparing these to some alpacas, which are lubed and filmed, and I also put a 68 gram long TX spring in here. These inky carrot contraptions are also using a TX film as well, just like the alpacas. Yes, I know my keyboard is just that deep, I know, and that's like the main reason it's really making the switches that deep, but I mean, in comparison to the alpacas, you can see that there is definitely the difference, and they do have that thock. Who likes thock nowadays? I don't even like thock. No one likes thock. Anyways, yeah, they're pretty deep if you're into that, but of course, with every good thing comes a catch, I think. And the catch here is the stem tolerances. They're good enough to type on, but not anything great in today's standards, so I wouldn't be recommending any tall profile keycaps on these, as it might wobble a bit more than ideal. So, should you make these if all this sounds good to you? Well, probably not. This would total to about $1.34 a switch, which is kind of absurd, just like most frankenswitches to be honest though. Unless you're like me and end up not liking the switches and just have them lying around collecting dust, then I wouldn't really recommend these, or even any frankenswitch anyways. For less than half the price of these, you can probably just get switches that'll be about 80% of the thock of these without having that absurd price, and probably would have better tolerances. But hey, that's what frankenswitches are all about. Extremely unnecessary, overpriced, time-consuming, and arguably barely an improvement, if any at all, over normal switches. But if you want to try it, then go for it. No one's gonna stop you. Now all frankenswitches need a name, and honestly, I cannot come up with a half-decent name for these. You can comment below, and maybe I'll just put the name in the title of one I choose or like. So, I don't know, be creative, I'm not creative. For now, we can just call them, carrot inks. I know, it's so lame. I just can't. And yeah, with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, then consider subscribing to make my big ego even bigger. Also, I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and there's like only a few days left in the year, so please